Here we are again. Welcome to my shop, such as it is. Yeah, that was frustrating. I have a new 1/4 inch blade. I'm gonna get into this thing after I figure out how to extract this piece of wood. Should I say after I figure out how to extract the blade from this piece of wood? I think I'm just gonna call. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too difficult. I'm going to call this inch or two on the end here just scrap, since it obviously is. I don't know if the 1/4 inch will let me cut the diameters that I want to cut for this or not. That is something we're going to find out. I may have to figure out how to make this 1/8 inch work. If I can figure out how to spiral it up first. There we go. Really, though, when you get the wrap up just right, it just flops right into place and you're golden. All right, I'm going to put this in the bag with the thick boy for now. All right. Let's get our new our new Bosch. At least it's a good quality blade, right? At least it should be. On the whole, I think Bosch is well known for making quality products. Here we are. Spitoing. It didn't spitoing quite the way I wanted it to. Come on, doing. There we go. Oing, 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 oing. Very sharp indeed. All right, let's dial that down. Bring our light over here. Oh, you can even, you can see the joint right there. So the band was joined. It's not going to focus, but you can see it right there, yeah? The different colored section. It's kind of micro welded and then ground down smooth. Hopefully, it'll be easier to get this dang thing in place. I am going to have to figure that 1/4 inch out, the 1/8 inch out at some point, I think, if I want to make curved cuts with this on a regular basis. Like, that genuinely feels necessary. Look at how much easier that was. Like, even getting it on that far was just so much easier. Staying nice and stable, right where it should be between the guides. I don't know. Tensioning this is still something I'm figuring out. How tight is tight enough? How tight is too tight? Walking a little forward. So let's walk it back a little bit. Okay. Back just a little bit more. Preference is to have the gullet be pretty much what's centered on the wheel. These could stand to be further forward a little bit. See, look, it's half, like the teeth are off here. Why is that happening? That should not be happening. That's better. Just have a, that has an Allen with a set key. That looks like it's just bolted on. Something is out of alignment between these two wheels. And that's not even taking into account the alignment thing, because the alignment thing back there only pitches the wheel in and out. But this wheel is much further towards the back that way than this wheel is. I may have to try loosening the set screw and pulling this wheel out just a little bit. All right, let's give this a quick hit. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more. All right, I think that's as good as that's going to get. So, all right, here we are again. I think we gotta lower this mic down a little bit. So I think I'm going to try a couple of curved piece cuts in the scrap end before I cut it off completely. Let's see what we can do. sorry. It's a little bit wavy, but I think that'll be sufficient for this project. Still looks pretty cool. I might try and use that for something else. All right. Wow. So I am going to say that is just not tight enough. Keeps popping off like that. I don't know what's going on. Well, that is wedged in there good. Tension it. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just pushing this too hard. You know? I mean, it's entirely possible that that's what's going on. I'm just asking too much from it. All right, let's see if we can at least finish this cut. The answer to that would be a resounding no. I mean, I can't imagine that it's too tight. That wouldn't make any sense. I know I'm not talking much, but what is there to say? Well, okay then. Cut number 1 done. It's funny that it's running longitudinally like that. When what I was expecting was to see verticals like that. All right, now we're going to tape these together. Then we're going to go for cut number 2. All right, there we go. It ain't a smooth cut, that's for sure. But it's cut. Huh. And interestingly enough, this grain is running vertical. That grain is running horizontal. All right, I'm going to vacuum up and then we're going to see how this looks. I don't think we're going to be done with that today, but we're done with it for the moment. This is going to be interesting. All right, let's move you back so you can see the whole bench. Hashtag not sponsored, hashtag not product placement. It's thirsty. All right. That is not square. That is reasonably square. One, two, three, four. A lot of sawdust in the air still. No, so it's 1 and 2 that are going to be mated up, and 3 and 4 that are going to be mated up. I think. Yeah, there we go. So it's still not perfectly square off the base. Blarg, I don't even remember how these were. That's how they are. Interesting. I don't know. I wasn't expecting the alternating grain pattern, swapping between the vertical and the horizontal. But you know what? I'm going to clamp these up. I'm going to glue these up and clamp them up. Once that cures, we'll see what we got. Imagine this is just going to soak up this glue. Right, and that flat face is going to be bonded to that flat face. All right, yes, yes. These glued up. I have some of this Titebond 3 Ultimate here, which is way stronger than this could possibly ever need as far as a glue bond goes. But it's a little thinner than the Titebond 2. I think that actually kind of makes it a little easier to work with. Huh. There's no way to get all of these properly lined up. Interesting. What we want to do is line up that curve as best we can. Like that. Then we want number end to number end to be lined. Wow, is that soaking in so much it's not even bonding? Look at some of the original Titebond. Well, not original. some of the Titebond II in there. It's a lot thicker. Maybe it'll stick a little bit more. Maybe a little more initial goop. A little more initial adhesion. All right, and now these are going to get glued up back to back. This is interesting that to line up this slope, I'm going to drop it on the ground just to demonstrate how to line it up properly. What I was trying to say was, to get this curve lined up, the top isn't squared, although the bottom is squared. That's curious. I don't know why that is that way. In any case, get these pieces glued together. I have some new tires coming in today for the bandsaw. So I think later today or tomorrow maybe, I'm going to pull the old tires off, get the new tires on, and see if I just can't get that 1/8 inch blade on and working. Because I really would love to have it on and working. Wow, those feel like they're not bonding at all. Why is that? Why is that? What's wrong with your face? All right, I think that's as good as we're going to get considering the saw job we're working with. You know, I should be clamping these and then clamping them together is what I should be doing. Let's start with that. Clamp those. So you've got a fair amount of, ooh, there's a void there. Huh. Well, it is cheap plywood. It's not like I went out and got Baltic birch for this or anything. This was literally just some leftover plywood I had kicking around. But, you know, a big part of why I'm doing this is it's like a let's see what happens when we do it this way. Let's see what it looks like. Curiosity, experimentation, that sort of thing. All right. Those clamped up. Now we want to clamp along this way. Oh, it's shifting. Why are you shifting? No, no. You don't shift. You stay right in proper alignment with each other is what you do. Okay, let's throw some clamps in the middle there. Shifting out of position just a little bit. I mean, I pretty obviously am going to need to sand this down anyway. I don't know how much it comes through, but this is a rough cut. A super rough cut. All right. I don't know how these ends ended up so far out of whack with each other. Like, crazy out of whack with each other. Anyway. We can set that, we can totally set that aside for right now. Let's tidy up and turn our attention to something else. Although I suppose if I'm going to tidy up and turn my attention to something else, it should be in a separate video. So let's do that.